As we are once again live upon the internet. And we do appear to be. Let me make sure that we are with title set and everything like looking normal and such. And my audio being fine, yes. Yeah, we have a few hours. I was like, you know what? Let's go play this video game I kind of enjoy. Anyway, let's just jump in. And yeah, as the title kind of says, we'll work a little bit later on the continue working on the recommended weapons thingy. As a kind of is heading towards actually being a thing almost. Well, I should already change the recommended weapons and talents. Because yeah, it can be both those things. And either pre-built. Yeah, let's have a look what we have available today. Actually, there's a daily. Wait, the daily doesn't give conflict XP? That's odd. Did the daily just never give conflict XP? I wouldn't mind actually maybe even trying to get this. Or actually, no, that's conflict XP. That the other one's DZ XP. Right. Because normal XP is orange, of course. Well, we'll definitely get that then. Maybe even on multiple characters just to get some things going. Here's some plaza, some of the conies. Listen, maybe we go do a weekly, get a few exotic components and a bunch of XP and just gives us something to do. Zones aren't the greatest, but it's fine. Should I should farm some pistols maybe? But we should just do it in countdown. It's gonna be faster anyway. Maybe we do a bunch of countdowns later. But let's seeing as I already have like even a step in because I've done a stronghold apparently, so we just need a few missions and a few zones. Yeah, let's go. Let's see actually if we can matchmake for that. Well, actually, I'm gonna go start it, and then if I get someone, I don't mind eclipsing this one. Go with those three. Nothing excessive. Then maybe I go with a pesty. I'll go something else for variety's sake. It's either that or this. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's say with the high.
Looks like they're coming from the DCD complex.
Well, this isn't the high.
Whatever's happening over there, we need to shut it
AR1,
down.
that's the pistol. Let's go. AR. Because we enjoy Diablo's new season. Well, that's perfectly fine. It's okay to take a break here and there. And even healthy. I'm meaning to actually at some point as well give Diablo 4 a try. Time is a limited resource, turns out. Well, that's also me being lazy. We could always make time there. And hey, orbiter.
Active terminal detected.
See if you can hook Isaac into that terminal and get us
Loot
some
it all.
intel.
Well, I'm not sure I'd be up for actually really getting into an ARPG anymore. I kind of felt the end of that rope kind of approaching when I was last playing Diablo 3.
Connection established. DCD data stream enabled.
Alright, let's see what we've got. There's an active lab on the north side close to you. Your first priority should be to shut that down.
What kind of division? Because of the minute-to-minute being something I enjoy a lot more.
Looks like the best way to take the lab offline is the decontamination protocol.
That's just a fancy way of saying everything gets sterilized.
Isaac's not detecting the gas needed for the decon process. They must have disabled the line.
Hit the main fuel line in the basement. That should get it flowing again.
Anyhow, I mean,
Open the
Jerry.
fuel line. That should give the decon
Anyhow,
protocol
didn't it?
enough gas to run.
Little afternoony. I haven't done actually many of these recently. And actually, I was saying these weeks would be kind of quiet, but in the end, they weren't really. Was I really standing next to? Yeah. One of those poison clouds. MG guy is reduced to just pistoling me. Like that. He spawn. Maybe not so much.
Another agent is now in your group.
And it's just one enemy with red just hair tree. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, button. Get a bad button.
The decontamination protocol can be initiated from a panel in the lab
Are
above
they
you.
Eclipse
Stay
maybe?
put once you pull the trigger and you should be safe. Top floor.
Oh yeah,
Can't
fire
miss it.
sticky eclipses
Right in the
are
middle of the lab.
kind of mediocre.
Virus samples detected.
Let's have a peek. We have some time. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. Yeah, have the Eclipse backpack. There's really no reason to go creeping that just because you wanna use that. And negotiator. And then also just, you know, purely miss your. Oh, photo has stepped out. Pick the worst target for your fire. Because yeah, there's this side is also stepping out. Oh come on, you have 20k. What are we
Another
doing?
agent is now in your group.
I guess you could call that clean.
And Avax end. And if he just... Hey, at least that time something happened there.
You should able
Yeah,
to
fire eclipse
access
without the
board
backpack
at
is
the
just
far end of the West Wing construction site.
really not a good
If they
choice.
haven't been disposing of the corpses properly, we could have another outbreak on our hands.
Okay. The plans for today. Gonna finish up this weekly, just to do it, and then work a little bit more on that recommended weapons and talents guide, just to get that a little bit further. Not really too much planned. Might jump into some conflict. I saw there's a daily for conflict. Oh, also I should swap that one. Okay, well, this thing is kind of handy for when I was solo. In a group setting, I'd much rather just a lot of damage.
I think the outcasts are using blood from an asymptomatic carrier. Someone who's infected but doesn't show symptoms. If I'm right, they're weaponizing green poison and turning it loose on the city. Destroy anything that might be contaminated.
Old-fashioned obliterate. Oh, I shouldn't do this here. Because there's a gather in a second. I barely did anything PvP wise yesterday in the end. Well, that basically just a few mediocre matches. Well, one good match where I got a few kills, but the rest I kind of didn't get to do much.
Emmeline's the head of the outcasts. If she's an asymptomatic carrier,
But today there's a
we've got
daily up
endless
for it
supplies
too,
of
so
virus to play with.
I definitely want to get the
Your
daily
route
done.
is gonna take you
Maybe
to
even
the
on multiple
research
characters, I might
library.
just put
Hey, while
grab
you're
something
in
from
there,
the stash
do me
and
a
quickly
favor.
make
Recover everything you
a
can of
whatever.
broad-spectrum antivirals.
just for that. Farming resources like the roots or tip and new to the game. There's some videos like that online. The thing is though that just playing the game a lot actually is, you know, will kind of get you dead already. Just especially just murdering enemies, they drop it to you. So there are some areas, especially for instance New York is pretty good for if you're just running around there, grabbing a ton of resources along the way. And then in DC, the whole East Mall area, and then especially kind of the area around Solar Farm, there is a ton of resources there. Honestly, I find just if you have decent playtime, just if you're just, you know, make sure to grab everything these guys drop, you get by with a lot.
The DCD's data analysis lab is just ahead.
And you should always check in the resources thing as well if you're looking for a particular resource, what faction drops that. I'm not gonna go sit in the back there. Even if my teammates are deciding to do that, I'm a full striker. I can solo this. Somebody pushed up to me, so like don't be those guys. Just spawn camp is all. There's no reason not to. That was the last wave. Although nowadays, like, you know, especially like if you know how to. But yeah, I don't have per se guides on that kind of stuff. Just because there's yeah. Maybe search around, there's also a bunch of other people kind of showing the ways. But you can also always go in here and just check which factions, especially the DC factions, it shows like, you know, steel is dropped by true sense. So doing, for instance, their control points and then grabbing everything along the way. I need to enter. Doing something, just missing, you know, it is. Yeah, no.
Data transfer completed.
You clear to get out of there. the lab
Oh.
samples destroyed, I don't think the outcast...
Took me a second there. Yeah, no.
For
Yes.
getting me that data to play with.
Hostiles are moving to...
Here they come. Be careful.
Our dear... Although, well, I did first to them, but our dear friend.
And I'll let you answer to Emily personally.
Yeah, that whole thing is becoming a whole mess in the end. But also, yeah, it's fine. I have a heavy behind me. Let's go be on the other side. Yeah. There we go. Nothing too bad. Which one do I
An
need?
agent
Back.
has left your group.
I'm just gonna set bank. I'm going to start it, and if these guys wanna join me for it, they're welcome to. There's plenty of people that also already do that kind of stuff anyway. So it's not like it's what my finger was just misplaced fully. How was I hitting J?
You're gonna need to get the access codes to the vault
This
to
guy's in a
recover the
hurry.
item the hyena stole from Air Force One.
Which kind of sucks,
Hyena
but it's not
Insider
that
says
useful.
whoever's posted it in the old CEO's office will have a key card to give you
Ah.
access to the vault.
It's fine, but the thing is, like, that's him done for this fight, basically. He has a fire, and that's it. That's why I like the fire cam. You can actually do multiple ways. God, fire division. Thanks for that. Thanks for stroking my ego. You guys should watch it. Suddenly I might go like, don't you know who I am? I'll become one of those guys. I'll try to keep it healthy. Yeah, you know what? It's actually
Another agent has joined your
working
group.
out as long as I'm kind of walking the fire for him. Perfectly measured only at 3% net gain over measured. No, talent wise it's a little bit more than that, just because yeah, you do lose a little bit more weapon damage, but that total weapon damage that you gain, it depends also on the build, because you have to remember it's reliant on how much weapon damage and total weapon damage that you have. Oh yeah, matchmaker ends here. I'm gonna just set my group to open for this mission. I'm not sure what the jammer pulse is supposed to do here. Be annoying. I mean, it's likely just it in their minds as a way of getting Val onto people.
Checking for the key card.
Another agent is now in your group.
Oh, sure. Oh, well. Good that I went for the head too.
Looks like that
Impressive.
key card is the one we were looking for. Wonder what that unlocks. Keep an eye out.
Let's get some toilet loot. Here is what this billion armor is. It's just full blue. Dabba Diba. Striker.
Hostile radio intercepted.
It's the fucking division. Roach wants everyone back at headquarters.
But the thing is with perfect measure, to go back to that actually, so the talent is a little bit more gain than that over when averaged out. The thing is, it's just on a really mediocre weapon. It's like the mid-tierest of the mid-tier weapons. It's not bad, it's mediocre. At, you know, in the current, in its current form. It used to be one of the better ones. But that's actually what kind of kills the apartment, not per se the talent. Well, as well, it could be, yeah, depending on build, you could say it's at 3%. Likely for an obliterate striker, it's in the 3% area, just because it already has some total weapon damage. Or a chest striker, for instance, is closer to like 5 or 6%. But then also, if you're using it on a high end where you have, you know, obliterate plus vigilance, then it's less than that even. That's why we don't per se use it. Which build is best?
Authentication successful. Access
One
granted.
or another one. There is no best for that one. You kind of, it depends on the playstyle and stuff. We actually kind of had a little bit of a
Fucking division got
discussion
into the
about it yesterday as well.
We moved the president.
Of like, which one's better, the high-end pistol or the Headhunter's Fury pistol? First of all, both of them have like several variation, but if I'm
Got a new assignment.
kind of talking about
Find out where
the
president
like
is being held
full-on
and get him
version,
back. Sync Isaac with a bank security system. There should be a data center near the vault.
you know, the not memento versions and stuff. I'm holding them here. I can do so solo even if need be, so I'm just staying here. But they're just different things for different moments. So especially the Headhunter's Fury one, I like better for missions or very controlled stuff, or you know, legendary. It has more damage. It has the armor on kill. It has the disorient and stuff. But it has that 15 meter, and then the high end especially has, you can have Dodge City in it much more easily without giving up much. And you can kind of be in that 15 to 20 more meter range without really big downside. Which, for instance, for open worlds, I feel feels better for me. I like having that just at 5 meters kind of extra range really makes a difference. So I wouldn't say it's like one is like objectively better than the other. It's like chest striker versus obliterate striker. It's different situations call for different things. I'm not going to cross this line because if all 4 of us go through those double doors, this is objective failed. And because of that, I'm just not going to go there because if the rest follows me, it's over. I'll just stay here, kill whatever's coming out of that side. If this guy wants to face tank everything, he can do so. And thank you so much, Windsor, there for subbing up there. Oh well, keeping the sub going. As always, much appreciated, and we'll be sure to waste that on some silly apparels and such coming up with curious to see if they have something for the second week of the payday event. Payday wise, I'm gonna guess not. It's gonna go back to just something else. But
Search query finished. Subject located.
It's President Ellis. I'll have a helicopter on standby to extract him.
Lockdown procedure.
I'll catch up here anyway.
That doesn't sound good.
Catch up moments.
Isaac, do you have a way out of the vault?
Searching for way out of the vault. 0 matches.
Piece of shit wristwatch. Okay, let me see. If you can punch through the west wall, there's a maintenance tunnel running alongside your position. It's a long shot, but it's the only one we got. Isaac, plot a path to the president's location.
Highlighting most expedient route.
Son of a bitch, it actually worked. Thanks, Isaac.
Need med packs and stuff. That's the only thing in there. And grenades. It's not the only thing in there. Oh, nice. Think amusing, yeah. It's basically the perfect measure. It's a good talent on a bad gun, or it's like a slight improved talent on a bad gun. So we just take a better gun with the normal version.
I've got the goddamn division breathing down my neck.
Gonna quickly kill the one that's on fire, spreading that eclipse fire. Also, actually, I now realized even there they're running Creeping Dead and they're not even running perfect Creeping Dead. Which, if you're gonna run Creeping Dead, might as well run the perfect. It's worth a brand bonus loss. The cooldown is so much better, and then also the range is so much better.
Give him an earpiece and get him on comms.
It's interesting that it's not, there's stuff there that's not despawned. While we're in the mission. Oh, it's giving me the enter. Nice. That saves some time. Yeah, it you don't always need to wait for the guy. So about this other guy's Eclipse already. Otherwise I would have gone Eclipse here. Because there's a bunch of cool Eclipse thing you can do for this thing. Or well, the boss. That's going to be an issue in a second anyway, so let's just do that then.
We see you. You're clear to attach. Go, go, go!
Because I hear we're above the boss arena, so one thing as Eclipses that I usually do is just toss in my
Well, that's a load of shit.
Stinger Hive down there already.
Every last one of those fuckers. I want them dead.
Yeah, so fun.
Roach,
So,
Mark, you're so
the
low,
Seeker
we'll try to
spam,
fuck
the
up if word
hardwired
gets back to
one.
the rest of the council
Yeah, that
we
one
want
was,
the
especially
president.
last season,
We'll
that
get
thing
him,
was
man.
actually
Fuckers aren't going
really,
anywhere
really
but
good.
down.
I am gonna grab ammo, because this is a long fight. I'm curious to see here. Okay, they're at least pushing forward. One of my biggest pet peeves always is when people have a lot of armor, but then they don't push forward.
An agent needs assistance.
Okay. Didn't have armor and still push forward. Isn't my hive getting you? It is. That's the worst target. Yeah, you deserve that then. As an Eclipse, if you're gonna set something on fire, make it something easy to kill, especially if you have a sticky, so you just have like one fire. But yeah, it's boy. Turns out as well, even though I have that extra skill tier from the modifier there, I should have still done it with the TDI card custom, so I had an extra skill tier. But he ate it all.
Vital signs critical.
Let's take a full heal here. I'm about to hit this guy. Where's the ARs? Do you have one for LMGs as well? I'm guessing you just had the link to just that one. I do. Was it? I always forget the command. Oh no, actually this is DPS one. I'll put it in both chats.
An agent is no longer in your group.
DPS table. That'll take you. That'll take you to somewhere where I lose my voice apparently. That'll take you here. And yeah, I'm guessing you saw this one. And then in here there is like for all the weapon categories and then the main tables as well. Yeah, let's go grab my loot real quick. Actually, I'm curious like how much even, although these other two joined a little late, but they'd actually catch up a little bit just because I let them farm that like one part quite a bit. I'm just gonna give these guys GG. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them to it. We're gonna go do the zones. And then also for the other, because I have a bunch of other stuff as well, which, you know, if you're into nerdy stuff like that, you might find interesting as well. You can go into the About Me, and here I have like links to some of the other stuff, like the damage calculators, the build collection, and the guides. So. What? Oh, my world's set to open on to open. Okay, that's fine. White House then. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna mark this. We need.
You are no longer in a
site.
group.
Oh yeah, let's close it. I don't want to actually. I had it to open for that mission just because there's a mid boss in there, so it doesn't match. It ends matchmaker basically. What do we want to run? You know what? Yeah, let's run. We don't run them too often, so let's run them here. Negotiator to turn hybrid. Actually, yeah, no directors. Screw it. I don't need XP. And with this, then I don't need to pay that much attention. Oh, you seen issued up? Hive's on cooldown. Oh, okay.
Immediate medical
It's
assistance
not all the way
needed.
on cooldown. That should still
Agent
work.
down.
Yeah. You give up
Agent vital.
while it's after it's used up a charge. It
Size
it
0.
resets. That was just to reset the hive. Quick reset. There we go. Because do you want my other skill? And yeah, it's become fly time. Flies time. There's a bunch of flies and stuff in the house, which, god damn it. Bugs, damn it. Oh, what are your thoughts for next season? Expectations? I heard the new mask also coming. Is that true? Yeah. So the new mask, we'll get it. We'll get it when the climax mission hits, which is, you know, we're on week 9 out of 12. So yeah, it's on 12th of August. We get this one, and then the Tinkerer is from that. So. Late season treat. Turret, what are you doing? You gotta piss everybody off.
Hostile supply convoy nearby.
Oh, that on top as well. Well, actually, I need activities. So it's fine. But then yeah, I'm not gonna assault from the inside. I'm gonna assault from the outside. Usually I sneak in there and be very aggressive. Instead, we'll go here and be. God damn. That wasn't even aimed for me. That was a miss on that NPC. I went exactly where I wanted to go. looks on target. So let's relocate because this is where I want to be. And a negotiator, we want to mark multiple enemies and then just keep shooting. I do have the backpack here as well, so.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Far enough out that they're spawning there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
That's the last wave.
Serious trauma detected.
Killed one of them by spread there. That guy being there is kind of annoying. Is this guy dead or? Oh, he is dead. Okay, I got him.
Don't hold back!
Right behind you.
I need a better spot.
Let me jump back up. Didn't know you could even fall down there. And told me about I got a bit obsessed with maxing. Gold mine. That's kind of what we do, or at least do the analysis needed to do so. So I kind of enjoy doing that. Not that I per se always play min-max, because like I could go grab my graded capacitor from the stash and stuff, but I like knowing what min-maxed, or what the max would be, especially. And usually, to get the max, you have to min the other side.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Gonna recycle both skills, get the ammo.
Civilians in distress.
And I enjoy making those kind of things. It all works out.
Reinforcements incoming.
I was there as well. We'll finish up this weekly here on this
Incoming
character.
hostiles detected.
And then go back to actually spending a little bit of time on the recommended weapons file list. It's technically I could call it a list. That way then it's kind of in line with the recommended build list. Which is going to be, those two are going to be side by side. So, makes a little sense.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Are we okay?
Likely kill my drone again. So annoying that the representation thing is gone. Oh, I should actually grab the the effects, right? I barely used those at all. I even forgot about him mostly until like yesterday somebody had him on their skills.
Civilians in danger.
Oh, the convoy coming. Actually, you know what? Let's save this loadout with those two. But then I want that version. I should actually take some of these skills to 30 as well at some point. Coyote back in. Yeah, it's saved as a 5-piece, so I can either put a coyote or a memento. That's kind of the idea. Gonna let them get a little closer than that. Just although actually, well, they're in the zone. Yeah, let's engage. Well, let's swap me to my pistol. Mostly as well, just so they spawn there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Weapons dry.
Got you covered! We can do this.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Leave us alone.
They're coming from behind cover.
Kind of firing hip height, trying to
They're not in cover.
make explosions happen. I think actually that's one of the forgotten ones for this season as well. And I kind of forgot it as well.
That was the last
Negotiator being pretty good for this season too, actually.
Civilians in distress.
It's being heavily reliant on crit. This season having, 70 crits, basically. Or well, not the season, but the seasonal modifier.
showing up. We really needed your help back there. Let's get this area secure.
To a degree where I'm just like, maybe we slap a backfire onto a negotiator. And just go all in on critting. Am I 4 out of 5? I'm 4 out of 5. So one more. Bounty sounds about right. Yeah, let's go grab one more bounty here. Actually, how is this character's list looking? Okay. Fly actually just went over my mic. And it just spooked the hell out of me because I was like, what is that sound? But it was just the mic picking up a fly. Go away. I'll chase it down and eliminate it at some future point. Wanna go around chasing it now. You see nothing. Actually see nothing. Yeah, let's take the high ground on the left side there. Even though it's kind of exposed on the right side, if I remember right. Yeah. These things look so nice and silly. Really? Where did that grenade even come from that fast? That guy.
Vital signs 0.
I was actually gonna fall back, but I was just gonna do a little bit of damage first. I especially wanted just my turret up there. But they got me quick. The downsides of glass sometimes, especially without a revive high. Then yeah, let's just go for that territory then. As you do die, the thing is just doesn't matter. Nah. Oh no, I lost a minute of running up to there. Because I feel a lot of people just overthink dying and how much how much it matters. I was gonna say how much you should care about it, but if you want to care about it, care about it.
Got that straight. How come the others don't have to do this? Let's crater this.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected.
These are nice and quick. This thing is nice and silly. What? Why did it do a whole lap there? What? Okay. It can't cross here? For some reason? Or sometimes? Yeah. Goes all the way around sometimes. What?
Hostile control point detected.
That's silly. Was there 2 zones? Gonna guess Constitution and White House, yeah. Let's go get this. And so let's just finish off this weekly. Should let them get a little bit further, so let me just loot some of the stuff here. Just so they spawn from that one sewer. That should be far enough. Yeah, these guys are nice and blind. Well, yeah, if we're really using these skills, I just never would use
Incoming hostiles detected.
these mods. That's just visual clutter. Adding to the visual clutter.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Very sure it works pretty well for moments like that, where people are just all spawning together. Oh. So dark. I didn't even see those bikes. Yeah. Like. Propaganda. Sure. We're so close to it, might as well.
How much time have we got? I think it's safe to say that nobody knows. Have a drink. Pretend to fight. Hell, enjoy yourself. You might not be alive tomorrow. This is our chance to create
Where's
the
the other
city
one?
we want. So let's show those motherfucking true sons who is really in control.
Gonna. Okay, this thing is like annoyingly bright. Zoom in by.
Our enemies want you to stop living
Here to just spawn from this truck.
Access key detected. Progress halted.
How much time have we
Time to
got?
hit the get in cover button.
Progress resumed.
From the set, unless you're using skills for distraction. Exactly. The set does nothing with the skills, but it's just a good set. That's the idea here. The skills are a 6 skill tier damage dealers, and they do decent damage. Like okay-ish damage. And then there are my decoys. Especially as well.
Override required.
But yeah, both with the Striker Third Drone Hybrid and the Negotiator Third Drone Hybrid, the gear set doesn't interact with the skills at all. It's just chosen because, like, if you make the same thing out of high ends, which is what a lot of people do, you actually have less damage, basically, in my opinion. Here as well, I get to, you know, I can set the turret and drone pretty far forward and keep the enemies busy, and I can just focus on negotiating, you know, some some marks. Marking a bunch of enemies and transferring the damage. Try to keep it on 3 marks as much as I can. Was it the only one of the third drone hybrids that used to interact with the skills was the OD one, but that's been fixed already. I'd rather just have something shorter, but let's go for these. This one always gets, especially with the third drone, I'm gonna aggro the named group next door. Like that's just gonna happen. Actually, yeah, 2 out of 5. Kept going to the map of like I wanted to check how many more activities I needed to do. Because of those moments when you get to the kitchen and it's just like, what was I doing in here? Because that's that name group is gonna. Yeah. It's a little aggressive, but we'll be fine against true sins. Oh, I don't know.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Check yourself for extra holes.
I shouldn't have grabbed the bounty here. Should just keep it to the other zones. Oh well, especially downtown West and West End. Oh yeah, let's go for that if we already have the named group out of the way anyway. Also, I forgot I have this tool. Although actually, do I have this? What?
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Yeah. That's weird that's not saved like that. But yeah, just link laser pointer to Also stuff like this, like the drone is gonna turn the guy so I can just shoot him. Gonna put my turret more over here, where it can shoot at the next wave too.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Left him on a sliver.
Detecting additional hostile
Those
contacts.
guys. Shoot those guys. Piece of shit turret.
Over there, behind that cover.
Because we're doing the territory control together with. One thing I should do less is like I'm not paying good enough attention to the drone, especially. I'm letting it just come back to me, which I usually just never have that happen. It comes all the way back. Should just pay attention that it's killed its target and then just mark something new for it.
Incoming hostiles detected.
And you guys are also nice for
Access key detected.
negotiator. You just have a big fat target, so you just mark other things, just shoot the LMG guy, and then the other things will likely not live. So that's 5 here. What was the last one? Constitution. You know what? Let's try some. Let's go with some pestilencing there. That's just easier. Well, attack tank is even easier, man. Measure assembly. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that, and then with Ivy Tunnel. Well, actually, if we're hitting a control point, might as well. Yeah, let's go actually hit that. Ivy Tunnel's annoying, or can be annoying when it spawns side by side. Is that? No. Come on. Even though this says east exit,
Civilians in
it's very much a
danger.
north exit. After this activity, so grab the. I haven't actually ran the grade 30 testy yet. Wasn't sure. Extra something there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected.
Let's reload the patrol.
Friendly combatants nearby.
Transfer. I've actually completed it yet. This is about to fast travel way before. We're actually done. Definitely not done that ever. Except a lot always. Yeah, let's say let's just go for the nest then. Then let's go grab the grade 30 SD. My graded weapons live in the stash just because I run all 4 characters, so at least on this account. So quite often I'm just not running graded weapons and just being lazy. But for here, seeing as we're gonna do a few activities here. Whatever that patrol was also counted as an activity, so that's nice. So just need this control point and then something else like that maybe. Let's also grab these fire rounds as we go in. Why not? I'm gonna see what this is, and if it's coming this way, we're going the other way. Okay. I need to deal with this.
Damn it!
Wait. What? Ooh. What? I guess just a bullet grazed past them or something and they got spooked. Over here, the rating also helps the ticks quite a bit. I'm not gonna call it in. I want to split it into 2 fights. I have a lunch break in between. How did I get the pouch through the boxes? I mean, I'll take it, but
Heavily armored hostile detected.
so that stacks died there. It's gonna destroy our skill, so the reduction goes away. There should be a full tick. She was already in health. Oh, also, no, I didn't. They actually equipped the right pieces.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Not an uncommon issue. Create for myself. Okay.
Reinforcements en route. Incoming hostiles detected.
Nice of them to all spawn from the same spot. Where did that guy go? God damn. Don't make me chase you. There's a second wave where it spawns 3 and you have to kill all 3 for the next wave to spawn. At least some.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
That should work. Dumbass is just run into there.
I know what I'm doing.
LMG versus LMG. LMG wins.
Hostile broadcast detected.
That's again.
That's how it's done.
Check yourself for extra holes.
Is this subbed out? And we can bugging a good bit. You're supposed to ODS with the same almost right.
Supply room access.
Oh, do you mean the scope? Are you having issues with the scope of it? The scope of it, for some reason, got removed. That reason might not be intentional. So we'll see if they maybe bring it back. But yeah, with the last patch, the Strega, the Pahan, and the Elmo lost their scopes. Which is weird for the Strega, especially because it has a scope. But also lore-wise, the Lexington technically has a scope. That's like the little sight thing here. Like that's why also when you inspect this, the optics is here, right? Like it's on the conductor rail. Or for instance, on this, let's go with like that. Usually it's on the scope. Here it's on the sight thing, and it's like lore-wise, this sight thing there, that thing, that's supposed to be what we're seeing through. It's like feeding directly into our contact lenses. So at least that's like one of the lore things I remember, you know, people or the devs kind of in a live stream talking about. Because also, for instance, visually, it's based on the P416. But then it had like the stats of the M4. It's for what they believe to be better balancing reasons and stuff. I need a carbon. Indeed, happy Friday. And I'm doing pretty good. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday so far. And looking forward to the weekend, baby. Do I think that the Lexington is better than the St. Elmo's with a damage talent? Yes. From a getting shit done perspective, yes. The Lexington can be, you know, comfortable, right? Like this build as well. This isn't like if I really wanted to go super fast, hell, you know, determined attempter, just go, right? But you also kind of want to have, you know, sometimes you want comfort, sometimes you want just variety. And Lexington is like perfectly fine to use, but it's much more of like a comfort weapon, in my opinion, basically. Gives up quite a bit of damage just for, like, to me, the main thing of it is just, it's a great handler. Like, it's M4 that already is, you know, one of the better handling ARs. And then you have 15 weapon handling on top. But then a Lexington can have killer, right? Or measured. And then suddenly it does a lot more damage. Ever since the killer and measured changes, I haven't used an Elmo much outside of... I've used it a little bit on hardcore because the shock, you know, does help a little with survivability, but it's a little... Well, that's no damage. Yeah, it doesn't. That's kind of the issue for it. That's also why, yeah, I'm on not a yes 100%. Although, well, no, if I would objectively put the Lexington higher than the Elmo if you have it. But it's also Lexington, like if especially if you're comparing like Elmo to, let's say, a FAMAS, that's like a way bigger jump, or any of the other high bursts. But the Lexington is also a really good, you know, it's already a decent sustainer on top, and then also handles okay, which that's the main reason actually to me that the Lexington is one of the top picks. It's not that it's the top deep burst DPS, because it is still, but not by much. Not enough for it to be like super noteworthy, but then it has good sustain and good handling as well, and a long rail on top of everything. What do you think? Some speedrunners like this still prefer Elmo? Is it because they're placed on legendary sports and burst? Where do they use the Lexingtons mostly? Because in solo, yeah, the shock can be actually useful. In controller, you want something that handles easily. Because I haven't seen them use it outside of, you know, I haven't seen them use an Elmo for... like the recent controller one had it, but does any other of their speedruns have an Elmo in there? Next week, I have sent Elmo's now. When you're comparing it to a FAMAS or something, it becomes a much better proposition. Just handling wise. The thing you have to remember that, yeah, you can kind of control range and stuff, and especially if you get, you know, it also depends on what you do. In open world and stuff, it's sometimes harder to close the range or know exactly what's going to happen. In missions, it's less so. You know, in missions, you kind of know what's going to happen, so. It's also very situational. But Elmo, yeah, you do give up, in my opinion, you give up a bunch of damage. And yeah, as you kind of see there, like when I was running like Striker early, or you may have not seen it, I was just running it with a FAMAS with measured. But Elmo is definitely like not like horrendous, because you have to also remember we have stuff like, although yeah, ACRs and stuff at least sustain decently, but then you might as well go Elmo as well. But yeah, you have stuff like that, or the AKs at this point, where they're really like not in a great place. Let's be doing this. I mean, hardcore, yeah. If I'm, like I said there as well, in hardcore, I use it as well. Although actually in hardcore, I kind of lean towards a preservation weapon as well. But if you, the thing is, like, if you really want to go, when the going gets tough, nobody's going to grab an Elmo, basically. It's more like, yeah, on a hardcore, on like controller and stuff recently. No, I think it was on his like, main account there. The although as well on hardcore, the Lexington would be available, just because the Lexington is always like, it has the, like if it goes into the stash, the hardcore can pull it out. But then if you lose it on the hardcore, you know, it's lost. But also just Lexington or Elmo, that shock is also, you know, a pretty good survivability tool, especially if you're doing solo legendaries or something. Like for solo legendaries, yeah, because you can kind of shock an enemy, and even if they kind of are, you know, out of sight, because that's my biggest annoyance with the shock, is just, especially if you're at elites, they will always kind of just buckle over, and if they're behind cover, They just, they're just standing, and you shoot them with a shot, and then, if this is the cover, they just buckle over and they're just now behind the cover, so you can't shoot them. But that's kind of fine in Legendary because there's likely something else for you to shoot, especially if you're solo. But in a group setting, I would just want the damage more. It's annoying as well that they removed the scope, because I kind of also liked, the scope on the Elmo a little bit. Even though it's not the greatest, but it kind of... He just said that. Yeah. But, because that's in group settings and stuff, kind of annoying, especially when you're not the one applying it. When you're the one applying it, you have a little bit more control over it, right? You know that it's going to happen instead of it suddenly happening. But yeah, it's but to me, Elmo is kind of just a solid A-, a solid A, maybe. We'll put it there. It's not really scope to the Elmo. So, well, again, there is a scope. Like that's supposed to be that thing. Because that's that's why the optic mark is also there, where it has the conductor rail. Gonna use assault and LMG for I don't have the Lex, and I'm getting chameleons. Chameleons can be okay as well. I wouldn't per se run that for Heartbreaker though, but because you want something linked laser pointer. For that, then my topic for just Heartbreaker by itself is if it's like a tanky one where you can get close, Kingbreaker, otherwise a P416 with flatline, or M4 with flatline. Both are pretty close to each other. So, ourselves with keeping exactly. You have a little bit more range with it. Or well, effective range, especially with, it is very accurate. Yeah. It's also just for comfort. Like if you're just doing countdown and you don't need to like be on your best, you're one out of 8 players and you don't need to hard carry. Like why not? Just be comfortable. We don't sleep in our full armor, right? Like kings don't go to bed in like full plate armor. In the medieval times, they just take it off and just relax and chill and have moments of comfort. Using the melee half the time. Point blank, yeah. Don't try the Kingbreaker. The Kingbreaker is just a handful, but it does really good with flatline. But Elmo, no, melts them faster. Shouldn't. Like the Kingbreaker should like out damage it quite a bit. Thing is though that if you're running Kingbreaker, what you want to do is also stack with something else. So with Heartbreaker, the stacking you kind of want to do, because Heartbreaker kind of stacks poorly. So for instance, with the Heartbreaker Tech Tank, I just use especially an ACS to kind of get some stacks up and then swap over. Because the Elmo likely in that case, just because of the higher RPM, is building up stacks for you faster. But then also the thing is that the linked laser pointer can't go on there. I feel I don't like running Heartbreaker without a linked laser pointer. It's just the second you can't hit a head, or, just their foot is sticking out, but you can't hit the head and stuff. It's just frustrating. So I would just rather have the consistency of linked laser pointer going with it. Chameleon versus Caretaker. I mean, they're not that similar. They're different things for different moments. Yeah, they don't line up close enough to do a side by side. As a Chameleon, it really depends on how much uptime you keep on the talent. You can keep a lot of uptime on the talent, but it's still, it depends on what you're doing with it. And then Caretaker especially is kind of, it's locked into killer. So that also dictates kind of where you're using it, because I wouldn't want to use that for some fights. What would you use? Well, actually, that's what we're kind of building here. Exactly, because yeah, let's go work a little bit on this recommended weapons and talents thing. This is in the build collection already. It's although it's a little bit further down because it's currently still as like X under construction, just so I can, so not everybody sees it right away. But yeah, it's kind of AR wise my I clicked accidentally. Famas Fall CTAR F2000, like that's the top picks. Might actually even add P416 underneath that one for long rail as well. But yeah, we're gonna kind of fill in this thing actually. CTAR Famas, Lexi. Chameleon or Caretaker. Well, the thing is, Caretaker is also one of those things like, if you don't have a Lexington, there might be also a chance that they weren't here for the start of this season and don't have a Caretaker also. Because a Caretaker was also time limited, you have to remember. Back into have a great time. Well, good to hear. Oh, and then thank you so much as well for subscribing on the Twitch end. I noticed there. Yeah, thank you so much, Eric. And I'm glad you like my ramblings enough to send some funds this way. We'll be sure to waste that on some apparel in the future, as we always do. I guess and trying to control it. Yeah, that's kind of also the big trade-off against Lexington with Killer if you have that. But on the other hand, if you're using, if you're going for Killer, it's not the worst choice though. Can you use Negotiator Dilemma with thermal knee pads? You really shouldn't, just because of how it mechanically works. Because thermal first splits the damage, so now you have half damage going each way, and then the main hit can crit. So now your Negotiator, instead of being based on like the whole damage, is now based on just half of your damage. So this one is the only one that can crit. Like the real hit is the only one that can crit. So now you've halved your Negotiator damage. So you wouldn't want to do that. It's kind of a just a logical consequence of how it works mechanically. It's basically the thermal goes first, and because of that, it's kind of just messes up everything. If the Negotiator went first, then you got your split, and then also the split that spread, that would also be super OP. So that's why they didn't do it that way. But yeah, indeed, then it's also not meta, and then but yeah, other gear sets and stuff work fine with it. But Negotiator specifically is just not a good match with thermal. Don't for yourself exactly. Is the class for so long? Confirm the laser isn't inherent. Else damage a bit, then switch to ammo for that. Yeah, that can be a way to go with it too. Yeah, let's go continuing on here. You know what? I don't hate that idea. Let's actually add in P416 here. Because it is just adding stuff in, and then eventually we're just like, that's enough stuff. Actually, let's have this up. So ARs. I'm just double checking that I'm like not misremembering. Because P416 is actually still pretty bad on the sustain and direct. Yeah, same for them 4. And then like average on the damage per mag. Oh well, it's also like pretty below average.
Here to check something out?
I am standing next to that vendor still, right? Yeah. Let's get out of range of that. Average. We'll change this to be also average, just in comparison to the others. It will be the same above average RPM. It's a reload on this thing actually, even nowadays. It has to be pretty slow because otherwise it will be doing better on, yeah. It would be doing better on sustain, so yeah, very average gun, which kind of fits the P416 there. Okay, so we did it all the way up to LMGs. So let's do refills. Think I'm gonna go that. Also, for now, we're just still not including exotics. But for some of these, exotics also will have to be considered. I actually not need to do it like this, right? Oh, actually, damage per mag we didn't add into these yet. Let's add that in before we go. Where would the SASG land actually? Where is this? Let's just put average there. This is above average. And yeah, these things we is actually what we could do for here, because we wouldn't care about damage per mag, but we would care below average mag size. Yeah. Okay, so now we do CQB. Let's go have a look here. Do rifles. This is just above average, right? Yeah. That drops down to there, likely. And then it definitely has a lot more damage for mag than the thing. Okay. So this is then above average. This would be average RPM. No. Average handling. I think this reload is quite a bit slower, right? Also, no, this shouldn't be fast reload. I think you just copied this from somewhere else. This should be average reload. And this should also be we just copied that from somewhere. Oh, yeah, let me catch up here as well. Oh, and hey there, Big Red. And yeah, hope you had a good stream there. And yeah, welcome in. Get a shout out going there. I misspelled shout out like 7 times there. Which, yeah. It's a good set. Like, at least in here, I have autocorrect helping me out, so that helps. Should stay this up so I can get the caretaker unless it is dead in the water too. I'm returning player. The caretaker, as far as I understand it, you can't get it right now, right? Like it was just a project time. Like it's not like if you now get to Shepherd rank 8 that you, or 7 or whatever it was, that you get it. I haven't per se tried recently, but thinking I'm guessing that's a I don't thinking. Yeah, because I'm pretty certain it was just for that, unless I missed something. But they should at some point just make them available. That Lexington Turmoil and Caretaker just need to be generally available. Like there's no reason not to. And then maybe put a thing in front of it that you have to do, right? Maybe, but make it a long project or something. So it's, you know, involving something, but then yeah, just give it to people. How did we order the rifles here for the rest of it? Any notable ones? Oh yeah, now we also have the Headhunter ones, of course. One of the ideas, actually, I totally forgot about that, was to split this up into just damage dealers and then headhunting be separate. Or we just mark them with something. We just do Headhunter. Because actually, yeah, I'm not against putting the 1886 there. So we do 1886. And then we give it this style of of it. What's the stated reload on this? Actually, it's decently fast. We'll just do that, maybe. Because through all this, we'll have, you know, headhunters are just a different beast. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's do these with, like, in brackets, headhunter, and then we just give them also a different, like, this. Because we care about different things when we're going for headhunter. So, high base damage. I'm just actually going to make it average max size, even though it's, you know, category-wise not, but we're kind of comparing it more with MMRs. Average handling. Average rate. Yeah. Because then also with the harvest, we can put the harvest there. Actually, on the LMG, am I kind of in the same? Negative GR9, yeah. Well, I also have the RPK there. One of the things I was considering, especially with the weapon handling from the thing, the smart cover, because the RPK actually like burst DPS end of things kind of makes sense. It's just it's a horrendous reload. And either rookie. What's it include with the stretch goal, Brooklyn Cashers? Well, we won't know till we know. I'm wondering if they'll do the raid ones again. I kind of hope they don't. It was a real burnout causer for a lot of people. A lot of people went like way too hard on that event just because they just don't want to do raids, which is just a little silly. Just go do the raids. It would have cost most of the people that didn't even get like one of them. It would have cost them so much less time and headache if they just had gone and done the raids a few times. But yeah, we'll see what they put in there. I would think actually just put the Lexington Turmoil and Caretaker and stuff in there. Like that seems like the perfect place for it. And then every season it just comes around again, and then people that don't have it can kind of farm it with that. Make it, you know, a little like not 100% thing, but just still really high drop chance, because the exotics as well, the raid exotics with the stretch goals were just horrendous drop rates. Like it was basically a 1 in 400 season levels, which was a choice. Let's go for burst or sustain. I'll go on those lists, but then see it recommended. It's because it handles really poorly. It's basically, it sustains pretty okay. The burst is not great, but yeah, it just handles so much worse than everything else around it. So that's why it gets excluded. That's also, for instance, why the AKs, while kind of higher in burst and sustain than, for instance, the Mark 16s and the ACRs, I usually rank the ACRs and Mark 16s higher than the AKs. Just handling plays a big role there. But also, mostly for myself, I lean much more towards burst, but you always consider sustain. Because for some weapons, it is better to give up like a few % of burst and then gain like a lot of sustain. The card in the pistol category is kind of a example of that, like the tactical 1911 and the M45A1. Both are technically a little bit higher on burst, but they're so like it's a 13% difference or something in sustain. So that's usually kind of how I look at it. At some point as well, I want to, one of the guys I want to have made long ago already was a burst and sustain guide. I might just forgo the guide and just make a video or something. Just the in-depth look, kind of maybe into like burst and sustain in-depth look or something. Just so I can kind of point to that and go like, go watch this. Because it is the thing is though that it's a complex subject. It really shifts around because there are some like Division just doesn't have those like, you know, 8-minute boss fights or something, right? Where we're just shooting what were they called in First Ascendants? The big boss fight? Colossi? Where you're just like shooting a boss just for like 6 minutes. Like, yeah, we don't have those fights. Not to that degree, at least. Not often enough as well. Colossi. Yeah. Colossi, Sisa, Sisu, Sisi, Sasa, Susu. So. Only the Colossus. Yeah. Kind of messed up there. Still did the S, but only the Colossus. Us. Yeah. I lost where I was here. Heartbreaker was going to run it with streamline along with accessible looking and recommendations. Heartbreaker, I generally still lean more towards having something that can take a linked laser pointer, just so you have a little bit more consistency. And generally just a P416, for instance, is a pick there, or M4 or Carbine 7. You could also go Fall, but the Fall is a little slower firing. Kingbreaker as well is a decent one. But Kingbreaker, you have to get close to kind of use it, which kind of depends on how you're using it. Because Heartbreaker, you can set it up pretty tanky, but you can also go like full red, so it kind of depends on how it's set up. Thanks for the cringe there. Okay. Hey, we reached 511. It's one brand set down. Actually, that's the only one with numbers in it, right? So only brand set down. Somebody using St. Elmo's and saying it's the best era unless you have Lexington. Oh yeah, people say a lot of stuff. I wouldn't agree. I'd still lean more towards having CTAR, FAMAS, or Fall, depending. Well, like Fall not per se for strikers or heartbreakers, but much more so for like negotiators and Umbra and stuff. With a decent talent on it. And to me, it's just especially like damage wise, it just leans so much more towards high ends with a good damage talent nowadays. Because even like Measure just really does a lot more than Lexi or Elmo. There's a lot of this here. Items in such a way. Thing is, it's kind of like this, right? There is a little bit of order that we can put into things, but and I've considered actually doing like tier listing and stuff. It's just there is no like one tier list thing, but I could just bring it as like, hey, this is my opinion, and it's based on this and this and this, and hey, if you want to make your own, you're welcome to, or something like that. Like, I could bring it like under those pretenses, kind of, but yeah. I mean, this is basically that as well here, because we're kind of, we're putting, the recommended, what weapons I would recommend. So that's kind of, although, I mean, that's already also this, right? The weapon classes and types and a variance guide, kind of. Because in here as well, I'm putting them in the order I would recommend them. So. I'm cringe, but I am free. Yeah. All right, my guys. I'm fine cringing or creating cringe here and there. Just as half the fun. Just, if you can't cringe at yourself, like, yeah, I feel you're missing out on life. It's half the fun. Rifles. We were in rifles. Anything else I'm putting in here? UIC. Yeah, let's put. Oh, actually, yeah, the M16 as well. Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing, I feel. So we're gonna put the 60QB one down, and then this becomes M16A. I definitely remember what variant it is. A2, right? Yeah. Well, actually, I could have deduced that, because if it was an A3, that one's select fire. Right. And then also it's going to be above average damage per mag, I think. Yeah. Because that's the thing with the M16. Stat-wise and stuff, it makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like the Negev. But it's just handling holds it a little back, and also, yeah, it's not out of fire. Above average. But then I would put this at below average handling. What is reload actually? Kind of middle of the pack. So average reload. Feeling as well, eventually we're gonna just color all these. So everything, maybe I make like everything that is high, like and then like green, and then we kind of go through the blues for average, and then reds for below average, and like low. Do we use low anywhere actually? So no, I think we did at some point somewhere. And then as well, stuff like this. Not. Cool. I don't know. Okay. And then UIC. Was actually its actual distinction. UIC 15. Let's just go with UIC 15. So this is below average. First DPS, above average sustained DPS. I think it's just average. Oh no, of course, with the RPM. Also, it should be a below average RPM. Although, yeah, this should be high. Below. And then above. And actually, I think it has a pretty fast reload on top of everything, right? Yeah. So, no. And actually, this would be the distinction of a fast reload. So basically, the UIC has everything except RPM and the burst. So, hang on, let me catch up here. Police M4 Carbine 7. Carbine 7 nowadays is kind of outclassed basically fully by the Honey Badger, which is kind of an issue for it. I just wouldn't per se pick because basically in every thing, and also so both of them are basically based on the same like underlying handling. When the Honey Badger was added in, it was like stat wise a copy of the Carbine 7 except for the base because it added one mod less. But yeah, nowadays it's just it's doing so much better than the Carbine. It's basically the Carbine 7 but then better. It used to have like a bad reload. Where's the reload actually? But then they brought the reload down to be like close enough to the Carbine 7, and that really like displaced it. Want to ask you if this will include damage from mag in your spreadsheets, or what is the formula based on your spreadsheets? Oh, you mean in like these ones? Because damage per mag is very simple. It's average damage is literally that's average damage times mag size. The only reason I'm not per se including it in here is just, and I've been considering it actually if we rebuild these, because I also the damage calculators now have that too actually. So for future build showcases and stuff, I'm gonna do damage per mag as well. So like this is gonna be the calculator I'm gonna be using from now on. And yeah, these do include damage per mag. But in here, I feel they just add to the clutter. One of the things is you can just, for instance, for ARs and stuff, just look at the average shot. And, you know, most of them are the same 50 rounds except for fall. But formula-wise is literally just average shot times max size. It's a very simple, it's a very simple calculation. That's also why I just basically just look more at the average shot here. And, you know, for instance, with the ARs, most of them are in the same ballpark with max size, right? So most of them are 50. Is it only two? It's the falls and the augs, right? Like nothing else. Nothing else actually is different. So. But yeah, I've been considering adding that to these. I feel though the original I just didn't because I thought it would add to the clutter. But I've expanded these already anyway to be, you know, with the talent and stuff. I feel we should at some point. Because actually, how do these
priority objective available.
Line up with, for instance, this?
Entering safe area.
Because if I had 2 more rows, like that would still be on the screen. So we should maybe at some point. If YouTube made basic team builds for legendary missions like 2 DPS 2 sports with different skills from moderation, yeah, run solo guns, flapping groups, alright, yeah. Well, that's usually one support 3 DPS. So I mean, for instance, in the recommended build list, one of the things I have is just we generally run for legendaries, which is just a striker, 3 strikers basically, and then like a foam eclipse. Now that we're here, Yeah, let's add in the other one because I actually specifically made it for this and then forgot to add it to here. Now that we're talking to it about it, because yeah, there's this. Is this the one? Yeah. And actually, first we need to do this. This is BTSU courier, and then this should be this link. As that's actually the one at least I end up running the most, which is the courier plus BTSU gloves. So that's kind of been the go-to there. But also the thing is with legendaries and stuff, kind of I feel Toasty's controller video kind of shows that. We're actually going to use that this evening. I'm likely going to this evening record the toolbox, like the starter of that series. But yeah, Toasty and Toasty Unbroken doing, legendary runs, but then with controller. Kind of shows that, yeah, build still, I mean, matters, but it's not the build. It's you need to have the players that have toolboxes. Basically, they know how to deal with situations as they present themselves, and then on top of that, you need to have the legendary like spawn knowledge and stuff. Know what is going to happen before it's going to happen, which both can be taught or learned just by experience, but also can be taught. As for instance, Toasty with his foaming videos. I feel though watching those videos is kind of the way to go. That kind of stuff. I need a V, and I'm doing pretty good. I hope everybody's enjoying their day out there on this a little bit too sunny Friday. What's the number? 28 degrees. Yay. The annoying thing is also it's been kind of where I am is it's been raining and such and here and there, and then it's very humid, which is I'm not enjoying the weather, man. For one. Yeah, let's keep going with this list. So yeah, we did the rifles basically. I feel those 5 are kind of my recommendeds there. Yeah, let's go to Shotty Gunny. Let's go. Okay, Z reload. Actually, we need to put, if we're putting not fully auto there, we need to put that here as well, but also before that per shell reload, like we're gonna do for the Super 90. So high burst, above average, average damage per mag. Are they actually that different here? Or is not there? That is actually different. So actually, we're gonna put this on below average on that, and then this can have average. Both of them on the sustain, and I feel they're side by side, kind of right. Yeah. IG also, yeah, no, this shouldn't be above. This should just be average. Both of them. It's 160 and 180, right? Yeah. So that's not that much difference between them. Although that will put them on above average, right? Oh no, the ACS would then be. Oh no, ACS would be high. Yeah, so this would be above. Both of them. Average handling, average reload. Shell reload. We say this per cartridge reloads, per bullets, per bullet. Yeah, let's already put per bullet reloads for the white death as well. But also then clip reload if empty. Against the white death is the only one. Is the white death actually the only one? Yeah, right? Because the other one doesn't do that, right? The hunting on 44. Yeah, does that? We just never used the hunting on 44. The M700 definitely doesn't have a clip reload, but does the? Let's find the answer to that question right away. I'll say, let me catch it here. Do this and do that. Yeah. Well, even higher up there. But also, the thing is, I reside in a place where this isn't that common, although it's getting more and more common. Like the summers are getting hotter and hotter and longer a little. Almost as if it's warming globally. But yeah, like we're just not too equipped here. I'm really looking into just next year having an heat pump thing. Oh, this also has clip reload. Yeah. I guess it's both the M44s then. Just wanted to know that. Although, like, that gun is not going to show up in this recommended list at all, so doesn't per se matter. Watching was very nice. I can play while watching stuff at the same time without having DST. Nice. Yeah, those ultra wides are actually pretty cool looking. One at work for work stuff, and it's kind of nice. So from PlayStation to PC, yeah. Sadly, no cross saves and stuff, but yeah. Hopefully, Division 3 will have that. 18 to 20 all year long would be nice. Would be nice for us, but yeah, that would kind of destroy nature, I feel. But yeah. With a nice breeze. Yeah, that's kind of the thing as well. It's I can handle a little bit of the heat, but especially when it's like humid like this, I haven't, because of that, I haven't been sleeping too well either the last few nights. Just it's kind of like just too warm, but then I can't actually like sweat to cool down, and even putting a fan on myself, it doesn't really make a difference because it's just already like humid. So yeah, we have these two, and then actually let's grab that. So M870. And then the thing also becomes, we need to, so we're going to do a high end and then an exotic pass and then a named pass. Because in this list, I do want to actually put in notable names that we use or want to use. So for instance, here above the Vector 45, we're going to put the Dark Winter and stuff like that. And then we have to kind of figure out how we, although likely we just add in an extra line of like great talent, or we even put that above the DPSs, maybe. Yeah. So let's actually put this at above average handling. Actually, I think this actually has a fast reload, doesn't it? In comparison. Because what else in this category would even take the fast reload? Otherwise, yeah. Per bullet reload. And then, yeah, in the shotguns, we're not expecting anything to be auto. Except that we're going to put in one now that is auto. Because ACS. Actually, its damage per mag is going to be decent, right? Because it's... Yeah. So it's above average. High RPM. Average handling. Slow reload. Although, if we're putting a slow reload in here, that's going to be KSG. So below average. Yeah, let's go below average. Oh. Reload. And then magazine reload. And then full auto. And ACS. Got to name it. And important. Any other shotguns I wanna? Because here we're likely gonna add in like glue, at least, and maybe even torn and tsunami. There's a bunch of shotguns in there that we need to kind of add. But that's when we add in names. So first, just hands. So we have that one done. Is that kind of also the order that I had here? That was actually I was going to go and check. Yeah. kind of makes sense. And yeah, we are gonna go in this order and do that, and then this. And eventually the tactical M1911 is gonna be way lower because it's gonna be M45 slash TAC 19 M1911. So this would be the high burst DPS, and this would be below average, not capitalized. Average damage from mag, but actually loses 3 rounds. Below average, average handling, average reload. Or actually, even below average. So that actually even bear through here. Yeah, it's one of the slower ones. Because then we have that, and then we have a headhunter in between, which is the harvest. High base damage. That's gonna be below. Average handling. Where's the reload? It's just average, right? Yeah. Average seems a good descriptor. Yeah. Okay. And unlikely it's gonna get moved down by Regulus and TDI card custom. So likely the top one will all three might actually move down because it might become actually a TDI card custom, and then Regulus, and then these three. So with that, let's put handbasket. Actually, let's copy this. So let's move on to MMRs there. So handbasket. Let's already changed this to magazine reload. Below average. Above average. Average handling. That's the handbasket reload. Toppers, I think, is a fast reload, right? It's like average. MMR category reload. And a magazine reload. And then does not go out between shots. Also, actually, we're gonna put full auto here. Actually, we're gonna put that as like a descriptor. So yeah, underneath all of these as well, eventually I'm gonna just put a blurb basically of just a one sentence thing. I missed that earlier, but but hey there, banana bread. Quite the name. Banana bread. Is it gonna cut up into this? What did I put in this guide? I feel. No, wait. Let's see how we can make this work. Because I feel this is just gonna be. So custom M44, comma, and 700 carbon, comma. See actually how weird this looks, or if it's just fine. Also, I made it carbons. Carbons. SRS is SR-1, comma, TAC dot 308. Because basically I don't want to rank these at all, like just all of them in the same slot. So these are all above average. Space damage below average, or yeah. Average handling. Below to above. What if I make this just a tiny bit wider? Because average to above average handling, below to above average reload, magazine. Yeah. Oh, pretty close to each other as damage goes up, handling and reload goes down. What goes down gets worse. Because it would just make a big block of them. Just take your pick. Game keeps slugging me out. So it's that, and then basically this blob. And honestly, we're not even going to include any of these. Yeah. Okay. So, hey, that's the high ends in there. That's nice.
Safe area
So
detected.
the gradual PlayStation 5 PC, nice. Welcome over onto this side. And it can be nice to have a fresh start and kind of get going anew. I've quite enjoyed here and there. The main reason I have 3 accounts is just once in a while I went like, hey, a new start would be nice. And each time as well, I've enjoyed my journey through. Yeah, let's leave it there. We did a bunch of work on this. That's good. So far we have basically all the high ends in. So now we're gonna add in, and then kind of these are sorted, but then gonna add in the exotics. Next. Oh, there's also not that many because it's just gonna be basically AR-wise Bighorn and Elmo, I feel. Oh, Chameleon as well. Chameleon needs to be in there. Strega maybe as well. So there might be 4 of them. SMG is just going to be Backfire, Shatter. That's it. I should just look at this list. Oh, Capacitor also, actually. So we're just leaving out the Eagle. As recommended outright. SMG. Oh yeah, so Ouroboros, but yeah, it's a lower one. LMG is going to be Pestilence, Iron Lung. I might actually just give it to Pestilence and Iron Lung. Rifles is just going to be Diamondback for headhunting and Ravenous. And the shotguns isn't Scorpio only. Pistols is Regulus and Busy Lil B. And then Mars is Nemesis and Mantis. So we'll add those in. We'll make it a different color as well when we add those in. And eventually as well, I want to go through here and just kind of... Although what I might do... Actually, let's try that here. How does this look when we just do like this or something? Well, maybe not with neon green, but maybe with like that or something. Actually, let's try here. So let's just see how this looks. With below. With the belows kind of red. And these kind of things like green. I don't hate that look. Although, yeah, it kind of looks weird that the FAMAS is then. But it's especially that, like, high burst. To the degree that we might actually just move all of the other ones and then For average, we just do like a blue or something. Or teal. Does that stand out? Not that much. Blue, yeah. Let's actually do this one. So we also do a different green for that, where we use kind of the teal. Because I feel this would make it easy to kind of just look at it and kind of, and then stuff like this would just be yellow. Just right. Just kind of works. I feel. But then we would need to do that for everything in the end, but that's just that thing we'll have to do. And thanks, Eric, for joining. And yeah, enjoy your day and your weekend if we don't catch each other. Yeah, let's go back to playing some more. Let's actually put this thing back before I forget. Is that the bestie out there? My voice really doesn't want to go today, it seems. What I need to do is brief up my been trying to sip some water, but my water bottle is actually empty. But yeah, I like to one to fill the other. I should just buy another one of these whenever I see one of them. I kind of like the sippy versions. It's kind of handy for being able to sip and not. The only downside is I don't like them for storing the water for like a few hours. So I should kind of like the system I have. And yeah, let's maybe jump into a few conflicts, I think. Here. Because also I'm not gonna make it like not gonna be a super long stream today. Just a shorty, suppose I had some time. Yeah, let's just jump in with a capacitor variant. Why is that pop up back? Because it shouldn't be. You have items in your mailbox. Well, I think it just does that always when I have that thing right. I just forget about it. Just gonna mish. Seems to be some randoms. Skimmed and then just sure. Well, they're level 91, so but yeah, this isn't gonna do too much. One of our teammates left there. I forgot to grab something a little darker. It does help to have just something that doesn't like stand out like that. That's of course the apparel event thing.
Neutralize all enemies before you run out of reinforcements.
3 versus 4 is annoying here for the starting fight. Oh wait, are both of my teammates also skeletons? I'm just gonna get my Umbra up. Although that one has way too much armor to be a skill build.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
Oh lord, are you coming?
Hostile defender
I'm
drone.
just trying to get away from my ally.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent out of action.
You shouldn't have stacked up tons
Hostile
of me.
stinger hive detected.
This isn't gonna be
Agent
a
down.
fight. Considering really we're all. Is that just the day it is? Okay, I guess it's just one of those days. It's fine, I can get a few kills in. Just win or lose.
An agent needs assistance. Hostile assault turret detected. Agent down.
Second.
Vital signs
finish him
critical.
off.
Agent out of action. Agent deceased.
I just leave this match, just also not to be in
Hostile
this
striker drone
rotation.
detected.
It's kind of a dick move, but
Boost
you know,
about to come online.
when we have 3 people on my team that are also that, I just take my leave. Just also especially not be in their rotation. Like these guys will be in this match. I'll try to find a new one, and then like hopefully that was like all of the
Entering safe area.
everybody running skill builds all together in one matchup. Yeah, let's grab something a little darker. Because that match is not gonna have anything for me. Could go mortar myself, and actually mortar would be like pretty powerful there, especially those guys were trying to camp the roof and just be skill builds, and but also I don't want to. We'll just take our leave. Find the new match. Hopefully people more invested in shooting. Also, I don't mind like a skill build in there. It's just that team was just, and my team too, was just all skill builds.
Until the next time.
Should I just also practice? So when you do matches and 3 kills, that's not that hard. I might actually try to do that on multiple characters. We'll see. Does it actually state here how much I need for the next conflict level? XP wise, no. Come on, find the last 2. As well, I'm going back in again without warming up much, which also not the greatest idea. Skirmish. Why was I holding it? I guess that's just the kind of day it is. Also, this one's just like choices. Although I can kind of see it, but I wouldn't. I would just rather invest in just being just ending people. At least it's 3 versus 3, not 3 versus 4 as was last match.
Defeat the enemy before your reinforcements are spent.
I should know. We should go up. It's already following me. Yeah. Doing this then apparently. It's a bad idea. I was just going off to a side. Because yeah, most of the team should be up there fighting. Because otherwise we give up the upstairs there.
Hostile striker drone detected.
If it's hitting someone. I wonder how confused these guys are now. It's suddenly like a team you're expecting to come from the front suddenly is coming from behind. That kind of worked out for us actually there. Is it still 3 versus 3? Yeah, it is. Oh no, it's 3 versus 4 now.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
Don't mind having my hive. And eating it too. That's a 60 here. Come on, bushes. You have been pulsed.
Boost about to activate.
An
agent needs assistance. Boost online. Immediate medical assistance needed.
3 of them.
Agent
Well, then we have a backfill.
Agent vital signs 0.
Several for most upfront damage right off the bat. It's all red. Chest with obliterate. Coyote 4-piece trigger. Most upfront damage. I mean, just sacrifice gift variant.
Agent down.
We're splitting up now, which is not a great idea. Not something we want to do. Can I help you in some way? I'm not sure I can.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
I'm just gonna go around.
That agent needs assistance.
And lung.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
That's fine now. I'm curious what they're
Agent
running.
out of action. Agent vital signs 0.
There's a guys in caretaker and Cetar. I mean, weapon-wise, it's just gonna be because you might as well still have killer, just killer Lexington or killer from us, as none of them are really.
I'm sending you a specialization supply drop.
Agent down.
I need stacks. I need the fattest stacks.
An agent needs assistance.
There goes the second one. Ah,
Serious trauma.
I left both of them on like a sliver.
Agent out of action. Agent
Or
killed.
LUD.
The
Like
enemy is
Fury.
claiming the supply
Well,
drop.
not LUD. You would run Streamline on a
The specialization supply drop has been claimed.
a high end with Streamline.
Hostile hive detected.
Halfway to the finish.
With my team.
Agent down. Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
You just survived all that. Although that was the guy with that thingy, right? With the survivability on him. That's why I survived
An
that.
agent needs assistance.
Yeah, Mr. Sticky. Close match, nice. This was a fun match so far.
Boost about to come online.
I think I'll help my teammates over there.
Boost now active.
Shouldn't have peeked.
Serious trauma detected.
Stickies!
Agent out of action.
Sticky suck.
Agent deceased.
Thought the other guy was the sticky. That I saw running past.
Boost will soon deactivate.
Can't reach it in time.
Boost has expired.
Let's use a shield. No. But yeah, for upfront damage, like, it's much more, yeah, just leaning towards, because you can keep Striker, but then just, yeah, the glass plus, well, sacrifice plus gift for a variant. Like, that's kind of the go-to. Let's put that there.
There are no more rogue reinforcements.
Agent needs assistance.
Guy upstairs there. I need to push this guy.
Hostile hive detected.
I've sent a specialization supply drop your way.
What the fuck?
Serious trauma.
I was
detected.
holding down the fire button for a lot of that fight, but
Agent
that was just lag.
Agent killed.
Reinforcements are gone. It's up to you now.
Yeah. Feel this. Yeah.
The enemy is about to claim
Some
the supply
lagginess is
drop.
going on here. I don't think the server is having a lot of.
The specialization supply drop has been taken by the enemy.
But it's also that load there wasn't really normal. Wait, are we on this side? Oh, okay. Because I'm really afraid of up there.
Boost about to activate.
Time's almost out.
Boost online.
Don't keep giving them boosts. Damn. It's not nice. What was it?
The boost is being taken by the enemy. And the enemy has acquired the boost.
I feel that was a little bit of a dick move by the game.
Agent down.
You're the only one left, Agent. Don't give in.
I'll take that. That felt good. Although that was handed to me on a silver platter. Just all of them were kind of. I got the flank just on the right time, and just they were all weakened and ready to be murdered. I need to grasso. I know where he's V, and thanks for poking in, and yeah, catch you, Rand. So that's one match down. I sure was the end result there. 6 and 5. This guy kind of carried, actually. And this guy kind of carried over there. This was the sticky guy, which is just, I just, I'm not completely against like skill bells and stuff in here, but it just feels cheap so often. But on the other hand, they are also, like, especially if they're set up to actually be really powerful, they're also kind of glass cannons, so it is easy to take them down. And also I should just run jammers more. Although you have the thing right nowadays. Is that actually, I actually don't even know if that's just DZ, or was that just DZ and conflict, where you have to be within like 2 tiers or whatever it was. I need to actually read up again on that one. Again. Good tactics, yeah, those just worked out. Just I was more luck than skill. But still needed to execute, and executed them. So that's a choice. That's another choice. Wait, is that a backfire? Okay, no. It's just Hasbro. Negotiator is interesting choice, but maybe it's not what they're actually running. Builds for measured assembly yet? There's actually one in the build collection, 4.04. 404 build actually found. But I've gone with kind of like a general setup for general use. The thing is though that measured assembly, like if you're really going to use it, it's just situationally decent. Like for the Lovebird fight. And there you want to have the backpack. In my case, I'm going without the backpack of the gear set and going with Hermano instead. As the main build picture. Just as a much more general use kind of healer kind of thing. Oh, really? Team elimination? I didn't even notice that. I'm just so used skirmish is like the only thing that gets picked. Ever. So I'm not a big fan of...
Detected. Hostile drone detected.
This guy just running full red striker here.
Detected.
And with a hive. Like, hive's not gonna save you, my friend. This is conflicte.
Hostile defender drone detected.
And the last two. I'm gonna push. Push. Let's stop them from spotting us. Get my charges back. Finish off this guy. Just bum rush. It's one round in. Let me actually go pull it up while this is loading. But you can go a bunch of different ways with that one, especially with the backpack. And also actually the chest as well. But I don't mind the chest that much, especially because we have now like the really good skill for it, right? Helps. Okay. We've taken a different angle, but that's dumb because if you're gonna give up the high ground here, it's not gonna end well for you. I'm gonna cover our back.
Hostile drone detected. An agent needs assistance.
Some bad shooting on my part.
Serious trauma detected.
Gonna pull that guy out.
Agent incapacitated. Agent killed.
Actually, while I'm dead here. So basically this layout. It's basically FI, but then, you know, without FI. And that way as well, you can keep the blue core on the Hermano. And just, I'm taking an even extra blue core
now active.
On top. And then, like, I'm expecting 2 tiers from allies.
The boost is now offline.
I've got decent teammates, which is nice.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
That seeker might hit right on the right moment. Still worked out for me there. The end of the day. flank. This keeps ending up like the same fight over and over again. I kind of dislike this a lot about team. Like, if this was a lot faster, well, that one is like, sometimes it takes like 20 seconds or something, or it starts a new like a new round. Although that's mostly, I think it is down to
Hostile drone detected.
giving up on the side again. But the issue for them is you can't really flank here without being spotted. No, I have been spotted. I'm gonna risk it a little. Oh, okay, now I've been spotted. So that drone is somewhere back there then.
Boost about to activate.
Try my hand.
Hostile hive detected. Boost online.
Should have paid more attention how many were still alive. I just looked up just before it ended there. We got some score. Oh yeah. It's usually seen as bad manners to emote. So we won't. Okay, with that daily we jumped from what was I? 88 or something? Or 89 to 96. What do we do? Oh, well, actually 5-1. I'll take that. I'll take a 5-1. But yeah, let's exit this because that was the daily done.
Safe area entered.
Nice to see you, Agent. Thanks for making the deal.
Pull up on caches. Yeah, wait. Triple XP. Oh, that was from the project. Like, I was like, why did I get a resource one then? And conflict caches can also give a few exotics here and there. There.
Here to check something out?
Wonder if anything went to the stash.
Thanks for your business.
Just one cache, just one. Because if anything overflows where you're in there, it just goes to the stash.
Glad to see you.
Yeah, how many levels did I jump on that match, actually? Yeah, we're a lot closer to 100. But yeah, that's that daily done. We'll do some more conflict this evening. Let's maybe just go do a few matchmates or something. I wouldn't mind eclipsing a little. I haven't eclipsed in a bit. Just some good old-fashioned random matchmaking and then see what we get. What's the daily? Plaza and the Conies. Although, let's swap character for that then, actually. We'll leave this on this one on this. Let's swap characters. Because if I get any of the missions of the weekly, I might as well, right? Just get them on, for instance, that gal, which is the baseline Eclipse. I know, the Eclipse Masterclass definitely planned a little. But there's definitely one big video that now moved its way to be in front of it, which is due to one of our friends, of course. Friends in the least... That's the least honest way to use that word. That's no, that's countdown. This is random matchmake for heroics. I kind of like that sometimes. We can actually check where we're going before we go. Okay, going on ballpark. Also, if they're doing ballpark, they're likely doing amusement park after that. The daily with them. If they are. And hey there, Giants.
Hostile radio intercepted.
See how far they are.
Sumner, sir.
Division right agents
are attempting to breach the perimeter.
Well, has
take care of it.
Selected.
Protect the asset. Of course, sir. Everything under control there, Sumner? Jones, I'm on top of it. Thanks.
Okay, Agent. The Black Tusk are keeping Chernenko contained inside a chamber by the ballpark.
Is this also an eclipse? No, it's just
Head west through the murals to the roller coaster.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there's one striker. That's all I need.
How's my perimeter?
Oh, the guy's running.
Secure? Working on it, sir.
Best status effect build, but yeah. I'm just gonna go over this. Because they don't spawn till you do. If that guy was Eclipse, I would swap off and just, you know, let them be, but seeing as they aren't Eclipse, I'm just gonna stay. Any crossbow bolts? No. Could have helped with a few crossbow bolts, but I don't have any. Just gonna bounce it off.
Enemy approaching the coaster from the murals.
Use the mortars, sir. But what about our troops?
Mortars.
I suggest they cross their fingers and continue
Mortars
to
and
do their
petzels.
job. Yes, sir. Copy that.
The mortars are coming from a mobile unit near the shoreline south of your position. In order to reach Chernenko in one piece, you'll need to disable that launcher.
Have this as well. While we're here, must get all loot. Must loot all gets.
System disrupted. System back online.
Saw it as an instant use there. Oh, that didn't direct him back? It's mostly that one striker actually doing some damage. Although that Virtuoso is, you know, it's a full red Virtuoso, so it's not like it doesn't have some damage. So this guy kind of does know the loots. Virtuoso. Well, Virtuoso is fine for just some variety. Why not try it once in a while?
Sending the UAVs.
Earlier than usual. Yeah, sometimes do some afternoons. Not often. At least I used to a lot, but depends on how much time I have available. Today I have some time, so jumping on early. Definitely not going till evening all the way.
Yes, sir.
Likely we'll be going for another hour here and we'll end it.
I guess being this close, you're out of firing range. But there are hostiles near the boardwalk. You'll need to take them out before you can disable the launcher.
Targeting system detected.
If Isaac can patch me
Okay,
into the
getting
firing
it.
system,
Okay.
I should be able to control the mortars from here.
Connecting to targeting system.
So far, so good.
Flame rounds here as well for me to
The
get.
enemy is attempting to take control of the launcher. Kill them, or I swear I'll kill you. Yes, sir.
Whatever happens, Agent, make sure Isaac completes the process.
I suppose now. Oh, well, crossbow bolts. I always have crossbows, but it's the bolts.
Targeting system.
Don't fire the
commandeered.
crossbows.
You did it. I got control of the mortars. Head toward the big tower across the beach. You're not that far from the ballpark.
Sledge ready
There are
there.
hostiles up ahead. Agent, I'm gonna try and clear the road for you.
It's interesting that this other guy's fire is weaker
I'll
than
take
mine.
out some of their defenses.
You would think his would be actually stronger.
Dang it! I'm out of mortars.
I'm running a high
Wish I
end.
could have been more help, Agent.
What the fuck is going on? Sir, the enemy breached the gate. Then take care of it. Yes, sir.
Set some stuff on fire and go get this one. I know it's like the gameplay of a Eclipse.
There's a gate ahead. If you go through it and up the ramp, you can access the ballpark from the bleachers.
And access the balls.
I'm hearing a lot of fucking ruckus. Are you
Share
gonna
in the
control
middle.
this shit or not? Whenever you feel like sharing your concerns with me, don't. If you lose Chinenko, back off and let me do my job. Fucking decent
Send on the stream.
You're on
Wait,
Kena,
on the stream?
I'm on this Chinenko fuck. End of story.
The stream or?
Should be able to end off the back of this AL with their...
Or was it a stream? Oh, okay. That's poorly advertised then. Didn't even reach me. Well, I wasn't paying too much attention to it. Well, we'll watch it maybe this evening then. I'm guessing it was just on the Division game channel.
I see you at the ballpark, Agent. Chinenko is right there, inside the containment chamber.
The downsides of not being,
Allow the division
you
to
know,
get anywhere near the asset.
in the pool of YouTube or Ubisoft creators. What did they actually say? We're leftovers from activity that actually no, I didn't. Yeah. It was basically placeholder then. Yeah. That makes sense. That's not great.
Okay, this ends now. I'm going in.
I can't believe you made it all day.
Ask? No. I mean, like, I can apply for it, but I'm not gonna have YouTube or like Ubisoft creator next to my name. Like, if I have to miss out on the drops and stuff, that's just the reality I'll live with.
You did it. I've got an extraction chopper inbound. Just need you to get Chinenko out of that chamber.
I'm very unlikely to ever join that.
Thank you. I don't feel deserving of your help. What I've done, what Kinner made me do. Thank you.
Explosions? What the hell? Okay, we need to get Chinenko on that extraction chopper now.
Wait, did they? Where did they even announce this then? Like, I didn't even. Although the thing is also recently they've been spamming their Twitch and stuff, so or the Twitch.
Has left your group.
Oh, they announced it yesterday. Oh, is that the first announcement of it? That is impressively bad. Give people a few days heads up, like you even get the word going. That's fine. We'll watch it this evening. It'll give me something to do then as well. Yeah, it's on Twitter. Yeah, well, just Twitter. We're not gonna call it X ever like this either.
Entering safe area.
Looking to deal? Good trading with you, Agent.
That cleaned up. Yeah, let's maybe do one more mission then, and then we'll round it out, and then I'm actually save this VOD here. Okay, just shut up. There you go. Because it is from 2 hours ago. Yeah. We're not gonna watch that now because I don't have enough time. But we'll watch it in the evening then. Yeah. Let's put that there. So I remember to grab it in the evening. Let me catch up actually. That's right. Yeah, I mean, at least these ones, like, because they have two kinds, right? They have the ones where they kind of are prepping to show us PTS stuff, and then, although even then, like the PTS notes are actually the thing I end up more interested in, which usually come right after. But usually with these kind of like just filler kind of streams, I mean, they're just talking, but it's still sometimes important information to have caught or something, depending on what they did talk about. So we'll watch it this evening.
You have received an invite to another agent's group.
Oh, H5. This one looks internal, coming back sometime in the future. I mean, sometime in the future is not a confirmation. I feel you need to do, like, you know, a confirmation would be it's coming this day. On the 4th day of the 7th month. Under a blue sky with stars in the distance and a moon. Why did it spawn at me all the way, like, what? I feel it spawned me a little far back.
Agent down.
They spawn there, right? So what are my teammates? Okay, striker. Oh, good striker. And okay, striker. Wait, did the 300 have a better striker?
Agent required to circumvent locked security.
The 300 has a better striker than the 5K. SHD means nothing. RNK also means nothing.
Door status update unlocked.
It's going right through here, actually. Yeah. What? Oh, it just is a gather. Okay.
Purple flame refueling dock located.
That makes a little sense.
Uploading weak points to your HUD.
Have I not tested if the purple flame actually is eclipse
Additional hostiles incoming.
spreadable? Because if I shoot the canister, does it actually spread? That's a bunch away from the same spots. God, how many waves is that here in the format? Hey, that one too.
Intel detected on laptop.
Fucking cleaners! We need to kill them
something.
before they hurt any more innocent
I mean,
people.
likely whatever they have with
I
the
can't do this
snow.
anymore.
Yeah.
Take a walk. I got this.
Workshop located.
We'll know what they have then. When is Gamescom? Because I don't keep track of those. So we're in the 3-part countdown guide, working on the first as well. Nice. And yeah, glad you enjoyed that one. But also, countdown isn't too hard or just jump in. Like now that like just having even watched, you know, just even knowing the you know the simple guide, which was just the you know stay with your team, don't use skills in front of hunters, and don't flare right away. Like once you kind of know that, you already.
You saw what the purple flame did to the clinic.
Because you can just matchmake for challenging,
Please
and
go blow that up.
99 out of 100 times, it'll just be a painless. Like you'll get carried, even if you don't have anything set up yourself. Kind of, you'll get carried. Once my hive is back, I'm gonna swap that out for an EMP sticky. Wait, where's the gather? Oh, the gather's.
Hostiles detected.
There's the get reset. I'm gonna replace this for EMB sticky. For no particular reason. For no particular violet.
Scanning for operational weak points. Multiple pressure stabilizers detected. Disabling them will cause system error.
I like the voice of Anna here. Just it's just so. It just sounds so unnatural. It's kind of funny. Does it always just spawn like in a circle? You know? Oh, somebody actually knows Eclipse. And I have to play alongside. Although maybe that was just random, but.
Access the console to disable the workshop.
Because they forgoed shooting another target for the target that has enough fire. Some yellow protection effect. Fire tick?
Confirmed. Violet.
Even though it's moving around, it can't fire while it's. Oh, if the fire comes from an elite and stuff, yeah. It's basically any damage caused through, like, an elite. So if an elite flamethrower thing kind of hits you, then that's kind of. The flame will have a reduction picture.
Serious trauma detected.
Good thing.
Secure the shipment. Danvers needs that shipment. Kill the hostiles and send the boat.
Okay, what's this? Danvers requested a purple flame delivery. Agent, you need to sabotage that boat and destroy that shipment.
Disappeared and then come back. I think acts really weird. I feel. The middle does you emphasize damage in the guide. The thing is, in there, you're one of 8 people. So, but if you want to like really contribute, you just want to have full out damage. But like whatever, basically, because keep in mind that in a lot of places, or especially on challenging as well, you don't need like the perfect team. Like heroic definitely is a lot harder and does require a decent team. I should get rid of this. Let's put it there actually. Waiting for the next wave. Like a tech tank wouldn't be like the best build to take into there, definitely. But it's also not the worst. Basically for challenging you don't need to overtake it. It's pretty easy, and then once you kind of just get going, you know, as well, you can just farm the builds in there.
Reinforcements en route.
Because it's pretty easy to just run a full red in there. But then also that would be the place to kind of go and farm it. Oh, he was about to do the line to get killed too fast. That's my like absolutely favorite line from the game. Is whenever you set some of the assault cleaners on fire, they just yell out into that voice of just like, "But I love fire." It just sounds, yeah. I love it.
Backup won't get here in time. Activating the self-destruct.
Agent, stop the self-destruct. We need the refinery to keep New York going.
You know what? I haven't actually tried that against this boss, but let's grab a blinder. Partially because this is a pretty big coverage area anyway.
Self-destruct sequence initiated. Syncing countdown
I mean, just
to your heart,
any.
agent. Refinery
Well, if it's coming from
infrastructure
Ellie.
corrupted. Decrease pressure to prevent explosion.
Or wait, what was that? Oh, yeah. Is that you mean just elite protection, right? It needs to come from an elite, basically.
Additional
Then
pressure
it will
release required to avert catastrophic failure. Refinery
reduce the
structural
take.
integrity at 80%.
But yeah, it doesn't matter where the protection from elite is coming from. Like yeah, from the season 4 witches as well. Nice. And either L. Where are we getting the 412? On this one? Which one?
Pressure stable.
It's gonna help my team. Not gonna cam. Should have used my blinder a few times here already.
Vital signs critical.
We need you back at the bridge. We're under attack. They need to save the
One
refinery.
enemy too many.
The automated defenses are down. Theo is trying to fix it. We're under siege, and our best ops are in the field.
Agent incapacitated.
You can't stop this, Agent. Danvers is too smart for you. You're too late. You'll burn. And soon so will all of your friends.
Agent, cleaners are not immune to explosions. Operational suggestion. Expose
Does this do
hostiles to
anything
blast
against them?
radius.
No, he just doesn't care that he's blind. That's special. One thing I can't help with is just, let's put a sledge on him. He can't burn, but I can still apply the sledge if the fire hits. That's the first thing. Really, this is just nothing to you? It's a weird thing.
I can't do this on my own.
I didn't use blind against this guy yet. I'd use shock crowds because you can also kite him, so you can. I feel even in even if you're doing, you know, fighting him in just normal, I feel shock trap is like one of the best tools against them. But here I wanted to try the blinder. It did not work out for me. He's just not immune, but he's just not taking it. Okay, let me catch up on that one. Someone, the whole chat was asking about Elmo scoping, and said he isn't aware of any changes work with it. I mean, that could be true since just director, but it's also not very big. Team race and it's only 3 specific scope. I believe they're gonna know at least something. I mean, somebody knows something. Yannick won't. Like, Yannick isn't the person. The thing to remember about Yannick is it's not, you know, he's not sitting there coding away at the stuff. I mean, you know this, but just for others. He's the person that, you know, goes around and goes like, hey, you work on this, and then that was his day. Also, yeah, we need to actually be in where's the gather here then? What? Oh, the gather is back here. They learned their lesson there. It's funny to have the goal of aborting the mission. It's our actual goal. Sure, what's this guy running actually? Okay. Basically a tech tank, but with that, which is just a lot less damage than
an agent is no longer in your group.
The actual version. I'm gonna leave there as well. I'd like to be it weird to me. Yeah, I mean something like that he just wouldn't know. Like just if it's not also in the notes and stuff.
Safe area detected.
Because you would think, you know, their internal documents turn into their notes. I'm of the Division 3. I don't think we're anywhere near anything Division 3 related getting shown yet. That's still like a while away. But then also, yeah, let's round it out there. As I'll we'll end it off here-ish as we'll go and actually wait, is there anybody kind of worthwhile in the category to kind of raid? Although actually, yeah, Toasty and stuff is doing their runs rate. Yeah, let's go join them. We'll go raid Toasty. As yeah, I'll be back in the evening for some more divisioning. Although for this weekend, most likely we'll jump into something else, considering this. It's not like I don't like being in this category when there's drops going. So, and annoyingly, that's happening like more and more. But that's also then the reality. Bit for me, like I should just give in, but I'm being stubborn. So, and then yeah, in the evening we'll work a little bit more on. Well, we'll watch this thing. I have it at the ready. I picked a perfect frame. Yannick looking like he just got slapped. Anyway, we'll work a little bit more on this thing and just have it start looking like the finished version we want to head towards. Exotics need to go in, notable names need to go in, and then yeah, just color everything. Kind of like how this is turning out with like the colors, and just it's easy to parse of like, okay, this gun has this, this, and this, but doesn't have that. But yeah, we'll likely just, you know, finesse it and get it to where we need it to be. Yeah, let's go raid Toasty. I was actually considering maybe even joining them for a raid or signing up, but yeah, time-wise, that's also why I'm streaming like an afternoon here. Time-wise, that wouldn't have worked out because I need to do a bunch of work stuff, and then I'll be back in the evening. Likely this evening, I'll be back at the normal time. We'll start around 9-ish my time. But yeah, hope to catch some, if not all of you then. Hope you all enjoyed this stream. I'll be back in the evening. And as always, have a good night. No, day. Have a good day.